Being an artist is bringing something to life from just a vision, and the same rules apply for hosting your own art shows. So today we're going to be talking about how I hosted and planned my first major solo exhibition without any support from a gallery. What I've realised in my own career is that I don't want to be waiting about for permission to show my work. I took matters into my own hands and decided to start hosting my own exhibitions, and that gave me complete creative control, and I found it so much easier in terms of moving things forward with high agency. This became a key part of my practice, is making a body of work and showing it of my own accord. I don't want to be pitching it to people and asking for permission. I get to do it with full creative control, which is the most exciting part. So if you are looking to host your own solo art exhibition or a group exhibition, you are in the correct place, because I will run you through the steps that I took to plan and host the exhibition from start to finish. So the first step in planning the exhibition was to get a really concrete idea of the vision. I like to create myself a slide deck which outlines the full vision, which I can repeatedly come back to. And it's nice to have all of the details in one place to start off with. I will outline the theme of the show, the title of the show, and I will create mock-ups of every single painting that will be featured within the exhibition. It's really important to get clear on the story and how you want people to feel when they enter the space. So you really want to set the tone and the intention within this slide deck, and you really want to get clear on where you're going to host the show, the true vision, like really give yourself permission to dream big. I like to have fun making mood boards and manifesting what I want the space to look like. When I did this in 2024, I had such a clear vision of what I wanted the show to be. I knew the exact gallery I wanted to host it in. I knew the order of the paintings. It came to me like a wash of inspiration, and I needed to hold it all in one place. So that's why I created the slide deck. And it was just a place where I could keep referring back to. I found that a really powerful way to keep grounded in the project. The next thing you want to do is choose a venue and a date. This is when you start to get clear on where and when the exhibition is actually going to take place. It goes from an idea and a vision to setting wheels in motion and making it come to life. It took me a year to get a response from the specific venue that I wanted to host the exhibition. Let this be your sign to stay persistent, because I had this vision of this specific gallery and I wasn't going to take no for an answer. So I kept on emailing them and kept persistent emailing, and they finally responded, and I hosted the show in the gallery space in which I intended. It's important to choose a space which feels representative of the work, in which people can view it in the way that you want them to, and then choose a date. So lock in your date and let that be your deadline. This gives you a concrete goal to make sure that your paintings are finished, everything is in place, and it really just gives you so much motivation to actually complete the body of work if you've not already completed it. It sets a fire in your belly, like it gets you going. You're like, okay, this is actually happening now. Another thing I wanted to touch on was securing a budget. I decided that I would partially self-fund my exhibition. So I decided to sell one of the pieces from the show before the actual show. I decided to sell a piece in order to fund part of the show, but I realized quite quickly that I needed more money to actually bring the whole vision to life and to pay for the gallery space. So I decided I would pitch for a sponsor. I needed the money in the bank to make sure that it was the best version it could possibly be, because I had worked 2 years on the paintings. I put it out on my socials, seeing if any local businesses or brands would like to be a part of the exhibition. Luckily, I actually secured a sponsor. It was a local interior designer, so it worked really nicely. It was cohesive, and she helped me design the space. Shout out to Carol Crow Interior Design. A huge part of making sure the vision was actually realized was securing the sponsor and selling a few pieces from the collection, just to make sure that the vision was exactly how I wanted it. And I'm so glad that I did that, because it gave me so much security going into the show. A huge part of planning the show is getting the funding. So if you need to sell a piece or pitch for a sponsor or work with a brand, that is a perfect way to make sure your budget is secure. And then you really want to focus on marketing the exhibition. What I decided to do was take a social media-led approach, and I documented the whole process of making the paintings. People were watching in real time as the collection was made, and then I decided to launch the tickets with a video of me in the vast gallery space announcing that the show was going to take place. And it gained traction organically because people had already been following along the painting process. I wanted as many people through the door as I possibly could. It was about awareness, it was about letting people see and experience the paintings in person, and that was the most important thing. That's a good point of adding in your initial deck when you're in the ideation phase what the purpose of the exhibition would be. So I was very clear on, I wanted it to be about brand awareness, I wanted people to experience the brand, and as a bonus I wanted to be able to sell some of the pieces. It was more of a marketing tool to bring people into my world, to really build that true connection and for people to really experience the work. I think it paid off because we ended up having hundreds of people come. The exhibition was a 3-day event. Yeah, still thinking about it now, I just feel so happy because it was a big risk and I jumped before I was ready, but the net appeared and it was the most rewarding and fulfilling thing I've done in my career. The last piece of wisdom I would give is that it is going to be challenging, especially if you've never done it before. Figuring things out along the way is part and parcel of planning your own exhibition. Think about how you want the people who are coming and spending their time within your exhibition to feel. How do you want them to move through the space, and how will you interact with them as well? A huge thing which I did was I greeted every single person as they came in and let them know the intention of how I wanted them to view the exhibition. I met some people there that I've kept in contact with, and a lot of sales came off the back of the exhibition, and it was such a beautiful experience. I actually would highly recommend it. It was fantastic. If you are thinking about hosting your own solo exhibition without a gallery, let this be a great starting point for you. And if you have absolutely any questions, drop them in the comments and I will give you a response, give you any advice. Best of luck on the beginning of your journey, and I will see you in the next video.